Hello, welcome to a quick tutorial on UI basics. So in my previous video I just did a quick UI in VR, just showing you how you can interact with them, but I didn't show any actual settings. So you can see I've got a basic menu with play, settings and quick buttons, nothing fancy. But the first thing we might want to do is sort of change the font, because right now we are stuck with the basic fonts. If I go onto the text, we can see we've just got this Liberation Sans. So if I say I want to change it, there's nothing much to choose from. In the materials, it's just the same thing. Now, normally you'd want to just go into the menu and choose whatever's built in, but that's not an option to us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to nip it onto Google Fonts. So I've said, I've gone to Google, typed in fonts, come to this website. I've just typed in HCI and UX for user experience, and I quite like this Anta font, but by all means have a scroll through, see which ones you like. So I'm just going to click on it. I'm going to download this font from somewhere. Where's the download button gone? Oh, get font, there we go. Download. So yep, I'm just going to open that. Oops, I'm just going to go to just sort of move that screen a minute. Come into this menu, into my assets. I'll drag the Anita font across. Can I extract from here? Can't see an obvious extract button. I thought I just saw them, never mind. So I'm just going to sort of click Show in Explorer. There we go. Nip across, find extract as you would expect. Back into Unity. There we go. I've got the font, and now I should be able to sort of. There we go. I've got the font just there. But if I come up onto Window and Text Mesh Pro, Font Asset Creator, I can now grab this font. There we go. There's Anita Regular. Close that down, auto size, and I don't know what any of this does. I'm just going to press generate, and this should now create as a font that Unity can use. The key behind this is whenever you use programs like Photoshop and Word, it's based on the fonts that are installed on your computer. So if you give this to somebody else and they don't have that font, it won't work, and that's why Unity kind of does this. So now I can click on these text boxes. I can come over here, and I should. It's not there. Why is it not there? Let's just try one more time. So I've got the Anita, click on the text box again. It's just not updated. Okay, I forgot to press a button when I was over here with the Anita. Is it Anita? Anta? I forgot to press save. So I want to save this font. Quite a simple mistake to really make. So I'm just going to press save. Because I'm so used to just pressing something, closing the window down, and Unity auto save, and I just forgot to do that. So let's try one more time. Come over here, and there we go. There's now our font. So it should have changed that top one. And I can do the other two in the same way. I can just highlight both of them and click select it. Okay, so that's how we can choose fonts, and I think that can make such a big difference to the quality of our work. Okay, so let's. I've changed that menu. Now the other thing is, right now it's just looking over the normal horizon. If I go onto the camera, I can click on Skybox and just say solid colour, and then sort of change that to however you kind of want. Now if this was in VR, we could have a background. Now I've seen some people drag full on like sort of 3D objects and try to place it behind. It doesn't seem to work very well. So if I just click Canvas, UI, I'm just going to go with raw image. I'm going to sort of pull this up. I'm going to resize it a little bit. Okay, is that okay? It'll do for now. And I'm going to find a text to put onto there. So materials, raw image. I don't know what this hex pattern is. It'll do. Oh, it won't do apparently. No, it's not going to work. That's a shame. Hex pattern. What is hex pattern? Okay, sometimes you have to sort of play about with these things. I'm just a bit surprised that didn't work. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I've got this little hex pattern. It doesn't have to be any, for me it's not any good because I'm not going to use this in a real project. It's in front of the writing. All I'm going to do is just drag it above. So now it's behind everything. So that menu doesn't stand out anymore. That's fine. I'm going to come down here and vertex color. I'll just change. So we'll make this. Is that okay? Does that stand out? Maybe not, but I'm going to scroll down a bit more. That's fine. Extra settings. Click to expand. I'm going to look through all of our options. And what I'm going to look for is putting an outline around it or a shadow. So let's just try and see what happens. Okay, we can see it's having some effect. Now it's having an effect on the entire font, so I'm not sure if we'll like that or not. We might have to make some changes. But if I just make that sort of yellow, oh, that's horrible. But there we go. I've now got a green around it. It makes it just more contrasty. So yeah, have a play with that. Okay, so the next couple of things is, right now these buttons kind of look fairly plain. I've already gone onto another website, which I use quite a bit. Hold on. I use a website called Pixabay, and I've just typed in button, and I've just downloaded a couple of these backgrounds. So now inside Unity itself, I can click on my play button, and for a background, it wants a sprite. So if I find the button I just downloaded, there was one, there's the button. I need to convert this to a sprite. And just press apply. Okay, we can see it's got all this transparent material. If I now click on the play button, we'll see what that's going to do for us. So if I drag the button across, it's gone really thin, and it's because of all this extra space. So what I'm going to do is just open this. I'm going to right click and say open in Photoshop. Again, any program you want, even Paint will do this. So if I just highlight all this, actually I didn't want to do that, did I? So what we can do is I can just magic wand it, selection, invert, and then image, crop. So now it's got, oh, I thought it was going to get rid of the bottom half for me as well. Never mind, I'll try again. So again, I'm just going to go selection, invert, so I've selected the main bit, and now I can go image, crop. I can just press file, save. I should go back into Unity, and hopefully, there we go, it's updated it for us. So I'm not saying these colours work by any means, but it's just showing you what we can do. And I can do the same for the others now. I can click on settings and quit, and I can drag the same button over. There we go, it's starting to look, you know, slightly more professional. Again, this background looks horrible, the colour scheme is not great, but it's showing you the tools at your disposal. Okay, so the next thing I just want to show you is, again, if I come down here, it's on the button, we can do a colour tint. Now obviously we've got that blue. If we didn't like that blue, we could start to kind of, you know, do something else with it. I actually quite like that now. And that's just its normal setting. But if I come down to our highlighter colour, when the mouse goes over it, again, I could change that colour completely. And again, this could come into your trial and error, and maybe look up colour theory as well. That's a whole huge topic of contrast and complementary colours. This has taken a while. I just want to show you with the mouse over. Okay, so when I roll my mouse over, that doesn't seem to be, there we go. There we go, we can see it's changing the colours now, and we can see that's the one I've just last clicked on. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. Again, with a bit more playing, with more faffing, you can make it look good. Again, this background, it looks awful, so I might just get rid of that. You know, if I was to get rid of that background altogether, I could just turn it off for now. I could change my, again, the camera. I could make the settings maybe to black instead. Looks more serious, like a menu now, and I'm quite pleased with that. And with a little bit more playing, this is something I did quite some time ago. You know, I just used the background image again for this, and I also just did the same thing there, just changing the font, changing the colours, made it sort of more readable with some nice contrasting colours there. Okay, so again, go and experiment with your UIs. This will work the exact same whether it's in VR, AR, or just a normal mobile or a desktop game. But the important thing is go play, go experiment, then make sure you get other people's opinions on what you've created to see whether it is nice or not. Okay, so I'll see you in the next one.